Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Clock, and today we'll be playing Road Trip to Hell, a new horror game by Lemonade. I say horror game, it's like a visual novel-esque RPG Maker game, okay? This game contains a hot woman, a hot dude, guns, a dingy trailer, and crime. Dingy or dingy? Would you like to view the spoiler content warnings? You know what, I'm gonna go with no this time. I've been showing them, but honestly, if you're not 18 and you're not ready for a mature rated game, you just shouldn't be here, okay? So just leave, okay? I don't care. Heck no. I don't want to be spoiled, okay? Reader discretion is advised. Now, dear reader, let's begin. Although I do usually like the messages you write in there. So we will look at it later. You wake up, stomach burning with a dull pain. Is it a cramp, or is it hunger? You can't tell, but it doesn't really matter. It still hurts. And it stops you from getting your beauty sleep. We can't be having that now, can we? You get up out of bed. 5 more minutes. He looks to be sleeping peacefully. You don't want to disturb him, but if you just let him sleep, you're not going to be able to sleep. She's perfect. Honey, wake up. There he is, your lovely husband. Looking into his tired but cute face makes you happy about being the Mrs. Adeline Blackwood to his Mr. Evan Blackwood. I'm hungry. Ada, could you wait a bit longer?
No.
Don't nut on her face! Nut on her face! Please? You use your most nefarious tactic against him. The puppy dog stare. How could you say no? Come on, that's not fair. You know I can't resist. You don't relent. Alrighty, there should be some food at the gas station. He gets his lovely ass out of bed and escorts you out of the trailer. The loveliest of destinations on a romantic road trip. And a mop bucket that says fuck. The obligatory gas station. What are you waiting for? Go and pick some shit out! Okay. Not before I save, though, Lemonade. You can't stop me. I want that. I want the fuck mop. A mop. The bathroom floor looks like it could really use this. Ah, well, not your problem, Mrs. Adeline Blackwood. Now, Adeline Blackwood, I've heard the name Blackwood in the Cardinal Park case. The door to the most wondrous of places. The gas station bathroom. You've visited enough of these to know that you'd much rather not be greeted. Thank you for the gifted sub, by the way. Rather not be greeted with questionable smears on the walls. What kind of gas stations y'all got in the States? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The worst thing I've seen in the gas station is a little bit of piss on the floor. Come on now. You don't want to know. How does one get no ads? Subscribe! YouTube, hold on a second. I'm gonna shill for money. YouTube? Or Twitch chat? Subscribe now. Okay. You take a look inside the fridge to find all sorts of food. We're back, by the way. From frozen meals, alcohol, ice cream, pomegranates. I have been craving pomegranates. Those are quite delicious. Got a pomegranate. Sure. Alas, the fridge is useless without pomegranates, for thou hast taketh the lone one into thy wretched hands. Oh. What about this? Last time you ate these candy bars, you vomited black onto the trailer floor. Freaking sweet! Maybe it didn't help that you ate 14 bars straight. Either way, these bars give you bad memories. Good memories. Got a bag of chips. Got a bottle of vodka. What? Wait, what? Why was that? What? Why is that next to the chips? Got a bag of chips. Let's just buy the place out, honestly. Yeah, got a bag of chips. Why not? Let's buy it all. Okay. Excuse me. The cashier looks up from whatever the hell they were doing. How much will all of this be? Place the food onto the counter. Cashier lets out the most exasperated sigh they can muster and begin clacking on the cash register. Of course, this exhaustion stops when they announce the total. That'll be $200. What? This pomegranate's frozen. Yo, those Trump tariffs are going crazy right now. Yeah, no. You can't buy this. Your itty-bitty charred heart drops. Oh, really? You can't give us a couple's discount? No can do. You know how the economy's been screwing businesses over. Don't worry, guys. The tariffs are gonna kick in eventually. And people like us, too. The cashier rolls their eyes. Not good, cashier person. That's your first mistake. Please, my cravings have been acting up. Evan and I are expecting, after all. Evan seems just as surprised as I am to hear that. Excuse me. Did you pop the pregnancy test a minute ago when we weren't around? Are you serious? Well, since you clearly have the money to pop a baby out in this economy, your total's now $400. Oh, you're going to hell, sir. Strike number 2, cashier. Alright, whatever he's about to do is probably justified now. Come on, you're not about to do that to a pair of newlyweds, are you? Okay. I feel like we're dealing with good cop, bad cop right now. Of course I am. And that was their third. Okay. Nice gun, by the way. Your hot husband points his revolver towards the cashier. He's determined to get you your damn food through any means necessary. How romantic. And as for you, cashier, good on you. 3 strikes and... you're out of here. Nice. Deserved. What? Evan looks not the least bit affected by shooting the cashier's brains out. Oh well, guess that's what being a serial killer does to you. Phew. Now this is the man you married. Nothing at all like your dad, unchivalrous guy he was. That escalated. I don't think so. I think the cashier escalated that situation, honestly. Highway robbery. No matter how much blood is spilled, you still love Evan. What do you mean you still love Evan? And the work he does, of course. Might not be honest, but at least it's hard and fun work. How did the blood get all around here? Hi. Blood is splattered all over the floor. And your clothing. Fuck. You're all covered in blood. It's fine. I've been wanting to make a fashion statement after all. At least let me wipe it off your face. He tries to wipe the fresh blood off your face. It winds up smearing and mixing with your makeup. Hey, how about we clean up the crime scene first? Of course. Well, at least now we'll get more than just a pomegranate and some chips. What's hubby doing? Blood. If you didn't have to clean up the crime scene, you might have wound up licking it clean off the floor. Well, now that's just a bit more unhinged, isn't it? Okay. I guess she's anemic, chat. Guess she needs the iron. Now that the cashier's dead, you really don't feel like taking money. Now that they're dead? What do you mean? Blood. Okay. Alright. Can I get some more vodka? I know I'm supposed to pick up that mop, but, you know. Actually, the odor from the cashier's body is making your mouth water a bit. You may or may not want to steal some ice cream. Alas, the ice cream from here probably has lead in it, thanks to questionable testing. Not good for you. Or the baby, for that matter. What's a little bit of lead? I'm sure the cashier's body has some lead in him. Hey, hubby. Blood. Oh, I can't talk to him. Okay, let's pick up that mop. No, let's go to the bathroom. As much as you want to wash up, you should probably clean up all the blood up first. Oh, okay. Fuck. Got him up. The fuck mom. Clean blood. Is there any money on the body? Sadly, there isn't. Ugh. The worst. Oh. Okay. Boop. Clean blood. Clean the blood. So, alright, that's all of the blood cleaned up. You have a good night, Zuri. That's still blood on both of us. Oh, right. We could probably clean up in the bathroom. A very dead cashier. You consider eating him. Raw! But you don't feel like making your husband chop him up right now. Oh, okay. It'll just make everything even bloodier. Upon closer examination, you find a sheet of paper. Scribbled on it is bathroom door code. That was easy. I didn't even know it was closed. The code is soda, ice cream, chicken nuggets, and juice. What? Soda, ice cream, chicken nuggets, and juice. Not a good combo. Don't look so down. This'll be easy to figure out. We really should wash up in here, Evan. Door's locked. But there's a place to put a code right here. Alright, this is gonna be a bit of a tough one. Can I just... Huh, that wasn't right. Okay. I still feel like the sound effects are a little, like, quiet, maybe. There we go. I don't know if it was a little quiet. Maybe it's a bit louder now. Whatever. Nope. Can't leave without cleaning up the crime scene. So what is it? Soda, ice cream, chicken nuggets, and juice. You don't know where the fuck you're supposed to go with that. You accidentally licked some of the blood on your face. Now that you're thinking of what to pair it up with from here. Thinking of eating over the corpse. How do you know? What kind of husband would I be if I didn't know what you were thinking? Pfft. Looking into the fridge, you realize that your cravings could be satisfied with the contents. There's enough in here to make the most questionable meal ever. 3 bottles of soda. Oh, okay. 3, 6, 9. 3 soda, 6 tubs of ice cream, 9 boxes of chicken nuggies. Okay. 3, 6, 9. And 0 bottles of juice. Very healthy, yes. Is it in that order? 3, 6, 9, 0. It worked! Perfect. The two of you somehow managed to wash all of the blood off of your clothing. You're almost done with the crime scene. Now it's just the body you've got to worry about. You and Evan began cauterizing the cashier's wounds with a cigarette lighter. What kind of cigarette lighter is big enough to cauterize a wound? Two of you would much rather not leave the corpse here. Otherwise, it would be too obvious that something sketchy happened. Instead, you'll just take them, lock the station's doors, and dump the body off somewhere. You feel yourself sweating a bit from the heat. Ada, don't overexert yourself. And looks like he noticed. I won't. Besides, you know that once we're done, I'll just be lazing around. You know damn well that you probably won't be lazing around. Instead, you'll be thinking about the body count of the next big heist. Yo, can I get a hydrate, please? Love me some water. How do you fix a bullet hole with a lighter? You cauterize it. That would be good. You need to relax a bit after all. And with me to hold everything down, you won't have anything to worry about. Huh, I suppose so. Hey, can I ask you something? Of course. Well, you definitely picked out some interesting snacks. Oh, hell no. Did he realize? Also, hydrate check. Sure as hell didn't want to tell him the bat in the news in some shitty gas station. But he's catching on, you think. Being the good wife you are, you can't just lie to him. Before even thinking about if what you're feeling is rational, you blurt, Evan, I'm pregnant. Well, I wasn't going to ask that, but... He freezes in place like a malfunctioning machine. He's seen torn organs, bones jutting out of skin, and a contorted, bloody limbs. Yet this phases him? Yeah. Evan. Adeline, you're gonna be a mom, and I'm gonna be a dad. This is... I thought you were just kidding with the cashier. Well, if I'm gonna deal with cramps and morning sickness, I might as well reap the benefits. Huh? You two hug and jump right by the cashier's corpse. There's something so morbid about jumping for joy at the thought of giving life, right after taking it away. Ah, well, it's not like you or Evan care. Who fucking cares? A few weeks later. Weeks?! You and your husband have been thinking about caring for the baby. After a couple of heists and assassinations here and there, you have a shit ton of money. Once you sell the trailer, you'll have more than enough to make sure the baby lives comfortably. So, Beta, how have you been feeling? Pretty good, actually. I'm glad. Sorry about not being here as much lately. It's fine, Evan. It's not like you're just away drinking like my own dad. You're right, but I still don't like leaving you here alone. It's the thought that counts. I guess you're right. Still, with this work we do you think the kid'll turn out fine? What makes you ask? Says you, a woman with a thirst for blood, to a contract and an impulse killer. Fine in your mind sure as hell isn't what your parents think is fine. Or the rest of the world for that matter. Rightfully so. What are you trying to say, Lemonade? I think it'll be fine. Like if we get arrested, what happens to the kid then? That's pretty obvious. They're just gonna get thrown into foster care or something like that. And we won't get to see them grow up. Hell, if we ever got sentenced, it'd probably last even after our deaths. Hey, the police didn't give a shit when your mom tried to kill you. I don't see why they'd care all that much now. Yeah, you're right about that. As always, sweetie. Now, if you're so worried about getting caught, I have a plan. First, we stop the constant criminal activity. We have more than enough money to live comfortably anyways. To love comfortably. And if you want to do it for fun, you need to be extra careful. Then, we be the best parents ever. Because if the kid loves us enough, and we wind up in prison, they'll be so desperate that they'll break us out. And last but not least, we start with a fresh slate. I like the sound of all of that. Aw, you're too kind. I've been able to think of everything we need to do. It'll be so simple for the most part, since we're going to live somewhere new. But I can't for the life of me think of new names. Since you came up with most of the plan, it only makes sense I come up with them. Haha, just nothing dumb, please. He sits and thinks, hand on the old steering wheel. How about we become Ashlyn and Everett Hallows? I like the sound of that. Hallows, Hallows, Hallows! I know that name! Now I'm just saying it to everything, but I do remember Hallows, kinda. Plus, the names are close enough to our real names that it won't be too much of an adjustment. Evan nods at you, happy that you approve. Hallow. Can I get some Hallows? Not that you would have disagreed with anything that came out of his lovely lips. Now the first names make sense, but how would we go from Blackwood to Hallows? It just feels right for us. Maybe it's because your souls are probably hollow. You know that already. Not to mention that it's pretty far from our original surnames. I don't want to even think about the name Blackwood again. That's fair. Hallows. I like it. Yippee! Ashlyn Hallows and Everett Hallows. Speaking of names, what do you want to name the baby? Well... If the baby's a boy, I'd like to name him Arthur. He'll be our little king. And if the baby's a girl? You sit in silence for a bit, thinking of what to name your future little princess. I like the name Adalia. Oh. Adalia Hollows. Yeah, that's a pretty name. For some reason, Adalia Hollows feels just right. And we all know that you've always been a gut instinct person. A few months later, you and Evan flock to Libretto City, the land of tall buildings, pigeons, and broken dreams. It's far enough from your home city that no one will recognize you. Plus, it's filled to the brim with fellow criminals who will understand your plight. Of course, Libretto City isn't all hunky-dory. For one, it's cold, wet, and gloomy. Every time it rains, you feel like you're living in a noir film. It's nothing at all like the scalding, sunny deserts you'll leave the metal tin of a trailer in. So sadly, you can't wear your summer dresses all year. Now you can only wear them during the summer, as intended by the designer. Secondly, much like noir films, there's a shit ton of annoying detectives and cops. For a city so riddled with crime, their spirits and determination are quite high. Unfortunately, they are very passionate about their jobs. And third, no matter how much you reassure Evan... Wait, that's not right. Everett? Yeah, Everett Hallows, your husband. No matter how much you reassure Everett that the two of you won't get caught, he still spends the nights awake, watching the news. None of these things concern you enough to warrant leaving, though. Why would you? Two of you wind up with a lovely baby girl. Adalia Hollows. She's a lovely girl. High grades, high ambitions, liked by pretty much everyone. Everything that you and Everett ever wanted for a child. True, she cheats on most of her tests, wants to become a mafia leader, and threatens people with homicide if they don't like her. That's just kid stuff. But the two of you encourage it. After all, what kids don't dream of strangling each other every now and then, right? Yeah. And how could you guys say no to your little girl after all of the denials from your parents? You're no longer the Blackwood family. You're the Hallows family. You love your kid more than either of your parents ever loved you. Isn't that a good thing? Surely she'll go on to be as beautiful as you and as hardworking as her dad. She'll be a good young woman. Many, many more years later. You don't know why the hell you're fighting with your husband again. Why won't you just listen to me? Look, all I'm saying is that you can't threaten to cut people's heads off for so much as looking at me. But aren't they going to take you from me? Of course not. Either way, you belong to me. That happened when we sealed the deal with the marriage. You know that he's too smart to fire back with something. But he's headstrong enough to mutter something under his breath. This marriage is nothing at all like the ones your parents had. What did you just say? Look, I don't want to talk about it. Just leave me alone. No! What the hell were you saying? Fine then. Your parents practically served me on a silver platter to you. There. Happy now? Even after I said no to the marriage several times, your parents forced my parents to give me up to you. Thought I'd never catch on. Well, screw me for deciding to marry a detective. Yeah, that's the real issue here. And screw him for saying something you already knew. You were the one to ask your parents to make him yours, after all. Being the amazing parents they are, they gave him to you, just like you deserve. You need them to do a little favor for you right now, just because you're getting tired of Asher. Mother and father would understand why you're so unhappy like this after all. Asher doesn't bend to your whims like you want. You thought that maybe you could break him in like a new pair of shoes. But he just never stops. Not when you first married him, and certainly not in the 15 years you've been married to him. He's not a good toy anymore. Hello, Mother. Oh, Adalia, sweetie, how are you? It's been so long. I'm perfectly fine, Mother, thank you. And how is your little baby? He's fine. He's so well behaved. You know, I don't have to scream and yell at him to make him do as I please. Oh, I knew you'd be such a great mother, Adalia. Granted, you still do yell at your kid. Gotta break him in. You hope he turns into a fine young man who devotes everything to you. And how is Asher? I was just about to start speaking about my issues with him. He hasn't been satisfying me lately. Oh. He needs to buy, he needs one of those roses. You know what I'm talking about? That's, you know, if you can't, you know, he's getting older. I understand. You need the rose. Okay, Asher, that's the secret. That's the secret. You need something like that, okay? I'll send you the deets later, okay? Oh, Dahlia, that's horrible. How can I help? You didn't even need to ask, and she complied. You love your mother. And her favors, of course. I just need you and Father to send something over. Something that'll teach Asher a lesson about how he should have been a good husband. Castor oil plants. They're so pretty, don't you think? My son has a knack for horticulture. He'd like having one. Ah, I see. She knows that you don't want them for gardening. Castor bean plants produce castor beans, as the name implies. The blossoms are so pretty that you could just say that it's a houseplant. A very poisonous houseplant, at that. After speaking with your dear mother, you're happy. Your life is going to be perfect now. All thanks to your lovely mother. It's what you deserve. This is the end of the visual novel. If you liked it and want to see the fallout of this plot, check out the Cardinal Park case. Until next time, dear reader. Wow, this is great. You said this was going to be longer? Or? Wow, that's actually awesome, by the way. That's awesome. Okay, first of all, that is awesome. Secondly, this was so much fun, and I implore you, I'm yelling at you, please. Either play the Cardinal Park case, or go watch my videos on it right now if you didn't understand what this was leading into, okay? Cardinal Park case. I played it. It's an amazing game made by Lemonade. It's not done yet, but the first 4 chapters, I think it was 4. Yeah, 1 to 3 and 4 are out now. You can check them out. This whole game basically led into that and explained one of the main characters in the Cardinal Park case. I don't want to spoil too much, but that was amazing. Oh my god. Wow. And I really love the Cardinal Park case. It really, if you like, it's kind of like this, like, I don't want to be rude because I don't want to reduce it by comparing it to other games. It's this really cool, like, cold, dark humor, noir kind of, like, it almost feels like a movie kind of game. Because obviously it is made in the RPG Maker engine. It isn't super game mechanics heavy. There are some puzzles here and there, but you're really just reading it and playing it for the story and all the amazing art that Lemonade draws for it. The music is fantastic on top of that. All of it is made by Lemonade. It's great, okay? It's amazing. It's such a great game. I want everyone to play it. But anyways, this was really fun too. I liked it. I like the characters so much. Spoilers, by the way. So if you haven't seen that, go, because I'm going to spoil now. I'm going to talk spoilers now, okay? We're going to talk spoilers, okay? Her parents are still alive, aren't they? They didn't die, did they? They're still around. Wow, that's crazy, dude. It's going from, like, it went from, like, all of it's Adalia, you know, she's just crazy, to, like, it just makes sense now, you know? W? Yeah, it's good. You just said you didn't even pay attention, SC Gout. I don't want to hear it from you. I saw your comment. I saw your comment earlier. I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening right now. El Bozo. El Bozo. Can I get an L? Can I get an L in the chat? Thank you. L. 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 Not a W. Not a W. No. Wait, I said L. This is for SC Gout, okay? I always kind of... Wait. I always kind of assumed she killed her husband, but confirmed? Yeah, it's pretty much confirmed now that she killed her husband. I'm pretty sure it was, like, kind of confirmed, but this just kind of solidifies it, and how she probably got away with it, too. Wow, that is insane, man. That's crazy, and her reasoning for it is... At first, you know, I thought it would have been that her husband kind of caught on, you know, that, like, at first I thought it was, like, maybe he just really, like, she just killed him because she really just loved the son, but it was really just, she was bored of him. Like, she was just bored of him. I thought it was, like, originally, like, maybe she just was fully obsessed with Oliver at that point. No. She was just done with him. So what does that mean for Oliver? Will she just get done with Oliver eventually? Bored of him? Oh my god. There is also, if you didn't know, 2 routes you can take in the Cardinal Park case, if you guys don't remember. At the end of chapter 4, there's 2 routes. She's literally just a spoiled brat, for sure. For sure. A homicidal spoiled brat who has parents who can still enable her? That's insane. And her parents have connections. They have connections and they have power. Definitely, for sure. The fact that they were able to set up... The fact that they were able to force Oliver's parents into marrying her, it goes into so much more. Does that mean her parents started the rumor about his boyfriend being gay, like, all that time ago? Was that her parents that kind of pushed that? Like, what was, like, or was that just coincidence and then it just kind of forced itself upon it, the situation after? But spoiled brat with criminal parents, yeah, that's crazy. I also really like Evan and Ashlyn. They're really great. They're fun. All up for interpretation. Well, just you know, the way they're written, it seems like they did grow up to be more than just criminals. It seems that their normal job, even though maybe Evan is paranoid about getting caught, he's definitely sane. He's definitely not as insane as he seems. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. What are their positions? Like, what do they do? How can they force a criminal's, or how can they force a regular man's family? Was it by gunpoint? Probably not. I don't think that would hold up very well. So they must have some amount of power. If they must have some amount of power, the parents. And it would explain why she can get away with the murder of her husband as well so easily without anything. Because, you know, her husband was a detective. Her husband dying seems like it's a little odd, you know? So definitely really interesting. I'm excited to play more of the Cardinal Park case whenever it comes out. Whenever. It was good. I enjoyed this, okay? That's all I have to say, by the way. That's it. That's all I have to say, okay? Nice model. Thank you, Arumazuki. Much appreciated. That's the end of Road Trip to Hell. Thank you, Lemonades, for making it amazing for 6 days of work. A lot of CGs, a lot of great art, and great music, even if it's just a remix, okay? It's good. It was very, very good. I think this is definitely worth a play for anyone who's interested in the Cardinal Park case at the very least. It is short, obviously, but that just makes sense. So, thank you everybody for watching. If you're new here, I'm Clock, and if you haven't seen this video and you liked it, or if you did see this video and you enjoyed it this far, please clock that like button and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. We recently hit 30,000 subscribers on the YouTube. We're going to keep growing. I appreciate you guys all so much, okay? If you like this video, I upload videos just like it every day. Indie games, horror games, visual novels, RPG Maker games. Every day a new upload on the YouTube, and we play almost daily on the stream as well over on Twitch, okay? So follow the YouTube, follow the Twitch, and that's all I really have to say. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Peace. I'm clocking out. I don't know how to get on. Get this shit off my screen! Okay.